Hola from Mexico. I'm Bob Henderson. I'm the Nomad Dad for the Nomad Capitalist, and I have something else to talk to you about today that really kind of concerns me, to be honest with you. And I'm going to go back to the Nomad Capitalist live event at Playa del Carmen in May of 2021, where one of the comments I made was, I get up every morning and I am almost afraid to turn on my electronic device and see what the news is, because I'm thinking I'm going to get another, this feeling in the pit of my stomach, feeling of dread, and I'm wondering what new lunacy are they going to come up with today? They meaning the government, some companies, some institutions, somebody in academia, some ridiculous assertion that somebody makes, be a woke culture, cancel culture, some ridiculous fiscal proposal, what have you. So one of the things last week we talked a little bit about, the budget battle, which is going to be transformational in this country if it's passed. But I would like to title this particular video, Not So Fast, People. The Congress, which would be the United States House of Representatives and the Senate, and of course the President, all in the same party. The Senate 50-50, but with a vice president, they have assuming all 50 senators vote the same, they can pass any legislation they want. And they are hell-bent on passing some of the most draconian legislation, not only fiscally, economically, socially, you name it. And I know there's been some pushback lately, but my big concern is, you know what? This is a once in a generation chance for us to totally transform this country, economically, socially, you name it. And, the consequences be damned come the midterms or perhaps the 2024 presidential election. And my concern is that they get some of this stuff passed and we can't undo it. Because once you give money away to people, free money as it were, who's going to want to say, well, I don't want any more of that? I don't think you're going to see too much of that. I mean, right now you see so many people that don't want to get off the couch and go to work because of all the stimmy payments they've had, whatever it is that they've gotten used to. They really are not particularly interested in going back to the workplace. And this is one of the reasons we have the supply chain issues. We have inflation because we've got too much money chasing too few goods, which is a classic definition of inflation. And I just say to these politicians, slow down a little bit. If I were advising the Democratic Party, I would say, you know what? You guys can probably stay in power a heck of a long time because that's all you're really interested in, politicians, staying in power. Just moderate it a little bit rather than being hell-bent on totally changing the country. Now, it might take you a little bit longer to get to that particular goal, but you still might be able to do that, which I don't think is a good idea, but you could continue to get reelected. But I don't think that that's what they're looking for. You've got the far left, the woke crowd that is running the Democratic Party today. The Republicans not putting up much of a fight. In fact, Senator Joe Manchin, a moderate Democrat, has been better than any Republican that I have heard on why we shouldn't do the $3.5 trillion of spending. I mean, I think he's been terrific. Now, maybe he caves in the end, but what he's written in the Wall Street Journal, what he said for public consumption, Kristen Sinema, a Democratic senator from Arizona, has also been wonderful on this. She got chased into a bathroom stall out in Phoenix when she was back home. She's, I think, absolutely right on. Andrew lived in Phoenix for a while and was in business there, and I remember Kristen Sinema, I believe, was on city council or had some position, and she was so radical because we lived in Phoenix at the same time as well. She's really moderated since. I'm very surprised. She's made some great comments that I wholeheartedly endorse. She says, you know what? You shouldn't have to get up in the morning wondering what your government's going to do to you today. The government should be like number 10 on your list of things you think about every day. We should do what we can to make your life better, but it shouldn't be anything you're thinking about regularly. That was for Eastern Europe in the Soviet era. That's what that was for. People really were concerned about government because they ran everybody's lives, and I think she's right. So let's hope that she holds out and Manchin holds out. And one other thing on not so fast. You know what? I am not certain whether the green economy is what we should be doing going forward. If it works and we can do it, fine. But I'll tell you this, one thing I do know for sure, it's going to take a long time to get from here to there. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen over the next 10 years. We need all kinds of copper, all kinds of silver, all kinds of lithium, all kinds of rare minerals, which, by the way, the Chinese mostly control. We need all these commodities. There probably aren't enough of them in the world today. We use wind, we use solar, but you know what? In a lot of parts of the country, it's only good for a part of the year, and guess what you need to use to make up for the fact that it's not available? You need fossil fuels in the form of natural gas. And you know what other business is making a comeback around the world today? Coal. Because that is the one thing that is reliable, because the green energy, we're putting the cart before the horse. In the long term, 2050, 2060, what have you, maybe that's the way to go. But from here to there, you're going to need fossil fuel. And we've got all kinds of investment managers that won't invest in it anymore. No wonder the prices are going up. This is a huge, huge problem. I say to the politicians, be prudent, not so fast. They're not going to listen to me. I'm Bob Henderson. I'm the Nomad Dad for the Nomad Capitalist.
Don't stop now. We've got well over 1,000 more videos here on YouTube for you to watch and learn how to go where you're treated best. And if you want to work with Nomad Capitalist personally, go to nomadcapitalist.com/apply, learn about our unique, tried and true process, garnered over years of experience, and learn how you can become our client.